Recently, I've developed a massive interest in Japanese clothing. Looking back at my life, I've actually had a huge unexpected connection to Japan. My paternal grandmother was Korean, but she was born in Osaka in 1932 during the Japanese colonial period, so she spoke flawless Japanese. My paternal grandfather was the same age as her, and he was also fluent in Japanese. I vividly remember him watching NHK every time I visited their house. Both of them have passed away now, but they were so thankful to me and gave me so much love. And also back in elementary school, I attended an international school in Hanoi, which is in Vietnam. One of my closest friends back then was Japanese, and I made a lot of connections with Japanese friends too. What's even crazier is that my current girlfriend is also Japanese. I mean, not that it's something to brag about, but just for the record, I can't speak a single word of Japanese. I've been telling myself to learn it for the past 3 years, but I've been too lazy to actually start. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit, but if you're wondering if these are the reasons I got into Japanese clothing, the answer is absolutely not. Even though I really love Japanese culture, I hadn't given a single thought to their clothing brand scene. So there's a guy I really respect and look up to, and I entered this world entirely through his influence. So he has an incredible sense of style and amazing taste. I wanted to dress like him, so I asked him where his clothes were from, and it turned out to be Japanese brands. That was a pretty fresh shock to me. I knew Japan excelled in many industries, but I had no idea, like literally no idea, they had completely conquered the heritage fashion scene as well. I mean, that was the catalyst for me buying various Japanese pieces. I'll cover the overall collection in my next video, and today we're going to focus on boots, specifically the Toys McCOY engineer boots. Since I'm still a beginner just learning about heritage wear, please keep in mind that I might get a few technical details wrong. Before buying these boots, everything else in my outfit was already Japanese made. So my friend, which is I was talking about the brother, told me that if I got Japanese boots to match, the look would finally be complete. So I started looking into them, but man, there are so many Japanese boot brands out there, which is, there's Clinch Boots by Brass Tokyo and John Lofgren, Rolling Dub Trio, Brotherbridge. I mean, like the list goes on and on and on. I can't even name them all, but originally I wasn't planning on buying engineer boots. I was looking into Chelsea boots or plain toe boots, but since I have a larger build and prefer a more masculine style, he strongly recommended engineer boots to me. So I think I really got to talk about the history of engineer. So when I looked up what engineer boots actually were, I found out they were originally designed in the 1930s in the US to protect laborers working in harsh environments like, railroad engineers and welders. As you can see, they are a laceless pull-on design. The reason for this safe first design was to minimize the risk of laces coming undone or catching fire in a chaotic locomotive cabin full of coal, shoveling, and flying sparks. And later in the 1950s, Marlon Brando famously wore a leather jacket paired with engineer boots in the movie The Wild One, and they officially became a symbol of rebellion and iconic biker fashion. I mean, it's really interesting since I actually ride a motorcycle myself and love a rugged macho style. The more I researched in engineer boots, the more hooked I became, like literally. So I finally pulled the trigger. To be honest, I wanted to buy the brand name John Lofgren or Clinch boots the most, but finding those in stock is like, catching a star in the sky. So I had to let that go. And after searching around, I decided on the Toys McCOY engineer boots. The exact model name is TMA2514, the Wild One engineer boots. It's a very authentic model that replicates the exact boots Marlon Brando wore in the Wild One. That history was one reason I bought them, but also I chose them because I love the plain toe design and the overall silhouette. And here's the really interesting part. I usually prefer to go straight to Japan to buy my Japanese clothes, being able to try things on in person is one reason, but the biggest factor is that the yen is extremely weak against the won right now. Plus, items sold locally in Japan are vastly cheaper than in Korea. However, for these boots, it was hard to find a place with stock even in Japan, and I wanted to wear them right away. So I bought them locally in Korea at a place called Unipair. So Unipair is like a holy grail site that established the proper appreciation and care culture for classic men's dress shoes in Korea. So I decided to purchase from them, and of course the price difference compared to buying in Japan was a bit painful. I guess like around like $200 to $300 I paid more. So yeah, anyways, since this was my very first time wearing engineer boots, I struggled quite a bit with sizing, but I solved it easily using Gemini. Thanks to Gemini again. I fed it all my footwear data, including my motorcycle boots, soccer cleats, sneakers, and military boot size. I mean, you know, every Korean man has to go to military. I went to the army anyways, for your information. And, you know, Gemini, it spit out a final recommendation to go with a Japanese size 8.5. And to be honest, I was pretty skeptical until the order arrived. But the moment I put them on, wow, like voila. I mean, they fit absolutely perfectly. I mean, if you're in a situation when you can't try shoes on in person, I highly recommend giving Gemini a bunch of your current shoe sizes. Its accuracy rate is impressively high. So I used Gemini when buying a Japanese leather jacket too. I'll talk about this jacket later on, but not in this video. But anyways, that was a massive success as well. So after a long period of contemplation, the shoes finally arrived. I think the excitement of receiving a package is truly a universal feeling. I was surprised by how large the box was, but it makes sense when you consider the tall shaft, which is a defining feature of engineer boots, right? Once you remove the outer shipping box, the actual Toys McCOY box is revealed. Since it's my first pair of engineer boots, my heart was really fluttering. The box features the Toys McCOY logo and the phrase satisfaction guaranteed. I mean, Japanese quality, no doubt. So I went with size 8.5, like I said. So now let's finally pull the boots out. Man, they are absolutely gorgeous. The leather used for these boots is a premium heavy-duty co-hide oil leather produced by a historic Italian tannery. It is completely saturated with oil, boasting a heavy yet incredibly supple, chewy texture. And also the surface is black, but it's a T-core, which is in Japanese is chashim leather. So meaning the rich brown tones underneath will peek through as you wear them, making the aging process incredibly fun. And this, naturally, everything is handmade, and they utilize the traditional 1940s hand-sewn welted construction method. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see the cat's paw rubber soles. The name of the brand is Cat's Paw, which are incredibly popular among boots enthusiasts. In reality, the original Cat's Paw company faded into history after being acquired by a large rubber corporation in the late 90s. So what we see today are either dead stock parts or flawless reproductions. So what I'm thinking is when the soles eventually wear down, I plan to take them to Japan to get them resold. The reason is, you know, there isn't much Cat's Paw inventory left in Korea. I really wanted to review this boots as soon as possible because I really wanted to share this new boots with you guys, but I waited for about like a month, I guess like 2 months now, because I really wanted to show, you know, before and after how it aged, like my boots. Compared to when I first unboxed them, they've developed quite a bit of creasing. Even in my eyes, the creases are forming beautifully for the past 2 months. I refuse to wear any other shoes and stuck strictly to these because it's July right now. No, it's June now. So I got it on May, right? Man, you know how's the weather in June? It's absolutely hot, but I still stuck strictly to these boots because I really wanted to show the real difference. So anyways, if I had to summarize my experience over these 2 months, man, the initial break-in was brutal. Anyone who has experience with heavy leather gear knows that it's always stiff and painful at first, but gets comfortable as it molds your body over time. So yeah, I guess every people who has experienced this kind of things will relate to what I said. Well, the first week in these boots was pure hell. Like literally, I'm not gonna lie. Putting them on was a struggle because my feet wouldn't slide in. Wearing them was painful. They were rock hard, and taking them off was the absolute worst part too. So they just would not come off. There's no other way to describe it. Just it would like not come off. I can't. It was like pure pain. I mean, like, I'm not even lying. I felt like my feet were glued inside the boots. So like for the few days, my girlfriend literally had to help me yank them off. It took about like 5 minutes per foot. 5 minutes? No, I think like 7 minutes. It was like pure hell. So I heard some people took 30 minutes, but honestly, I think if it takes that long, engineer boots might just not be for you. So I did look for an easier way to take them off, and I discovered something called a boot jack. It looks like this, and ever since I bought it, taking off both boots, I can't believe it. Takes less than 10 seconds. Solid wood boot jacks are the best, but I'm using a plastic one as a temporary fix for now. But later on, I want to order a premium wooden boot jack made by Clinch. So the price of this boot is not that cheap. It's kind of expensive, so proper boot care is incredibly important if you want to wear for a long time. And it's also made of leather. So I picked up a cedar shoe tree and a horsehair brush. So a cedar is the best material for shoe trees because it provides natural moisture absorption, drying and deodorizing effect. And of course, it's also excellent for maintaining the shape and preventing unwanted deep warping. And the reason you need a brush is that when you wear a boot outside, microscopic dust particles stick to the leather surface and get trapped inside the creases. If you leave them there without brushing, the dust sucks the natural oils right out of the leather, making it dry and crack very quickly. So giving them a quick brush right after coming home is a habit you need. And you might ask, like, why horsehair? It's because it has the perfect balance of being soft enough not to scratch the leather surface while possessing enough snap to flick away dust. So I just bought a random brand for this cheddar shoe trees, and for the brush, I'm using one from Ardene. And I did run into one headache while wearing them, as you can see from repeatedly pulling the boots on and off. The front edge of the black interior heel pad started peeling off slightly. Due to the nature of engineer boots, the shaft is tall and narrow, so you put a lot of friction on that pad when you're slipping your foot in. I mean, seeing it slowly peel on both sides, I had to take action quickly. I don't know if it's just me, but this feels like a structural destiny when you wear engineer boots. So the action I took was I bought some specialized shoe footwear adhesive, used a long disposable wooden chopsticks to apply it inside the gap and let it dry in the shade for a full day. So right now, it's completely bonded with zero issues. Yeah, so it's been a little over like 2 months now, and I am incredibly satisfied with them. If you're on the fence about engineer boots, I highly recommend adding a pair to your collection. So next time I want to buy the John Lofgren Railmaster engineer boots, because those use horsehide from Shinki Hikaku, which is basically the absolute peak tannery for horsehide. And I'm definitely more of a horsehide guy than a cowhide guy. So John Lofgren is a must-have collector's item for me. Yeah, these are the very first boots of my life, and I am officially obsessed. I think I'm going to start collecting them one by one that I've entered this world of lifetime boots. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and next time I'll be doing a deep dive into my entire Japanese clothing wardrobe. So thank you for watching again, and see you then.